Hey, it's your girl Monique and Johnson. I'm here with my girl Candy Love, and we are here with some special guests. We have Aries, and we also have VKJ TV.
Yo,
Woo! Yeah, sound
what
effect.
up?
What's
Effect.
up?
And we are here to do the recap review of Reasonable Doubt Season 2, Episode 5, right? I forget what
Yep.
this episode is called.
Guilty until proven innocent.
That's what it's
And all
called.
I could think of is when I heard the title was Jigga Kelly Not Guilty.
Uh-uh.
But that is the name of the episode.
Oh yeah, so what do y'all guys think of the episode so far? Like, was it like feel like a filler, or do y'all get more information? Or is it something y'all already know? Do y'all learn something new after this episode?
I felt like I did learn some things. I think it was given more than just a filler. It just wasn't so much focused on Chanel. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Lewis got his time to shine. Lewis got his time to shine this episode, and we got a little bit more insight into his situation. And how the episode kicked off with this ish Brazy. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, everybody had a little bit of piece of that going on in their own situation.
Okay.
So, but I
Yeah.
thought it was a good episode overall, Mo.
Oh, okay. Cool. What about you, Candy? Oh, VKJ.
Yeah, it was a good episode. You learn about the mother and that she did abuse her son in some form of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lewis, like Ari said, he got his time to shine, and I'm kind of, I thought Lewis was a good guy. Backing up on the good. I'm just gonna say he's a guy. You know, and
Okay.
I'll just press pause on there, on that.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. How about you, VKJ TV?
Yeah, so I like the episode. You gotta give Lewis a break, man. You gotta give Lewis a break because when he was doing what he did, they wasn't in the right place. So, he just so happened to shoot up the club, right, with Shorty, but he still was trying to get back with, Jack. So you know what I'm saying? Like you got to give him a break, a little break on that. You know what I mean? He is still a good guy. And at the same time, we learned a little bit more about, his relationship with his son and how, sometimes he'll say some chauvinistic things and some things that we say to our sons to kind of make fun, but he's apologizing and trying to, work things out to help out his son to fulfill whatever his son's, dreams are.
Yeah.
So yeah, we learned a lot about that. And your girl in jail, again, just manipulating her friendship, man. She's terrible, dog. She is terrible. I know she's trying to protect
Chanel?
somebody. She's trying to protect somebody, but still, I can't believe you got something against women. Like, come on, man. That's your friend, your best friend. You trying to manipulate her anyway. So yes, I thought it was a really good episode, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a good episode. This is the will her trial start, so it was a good episode. Things are moving along for episode 5. Would you say? Let's say hi to some people. Who's this? Cheryl. This is a show. Hey, Cheryl D. Thomas. Latoya W. Yes, please make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to everybody's channel up here. Demarcus.
What's up,
Hey, Shayna. Hey,
Demarcus?
twin.
What's
What up?
Uh, okay, so we're gonna get this show on the road. And we're gonna start off. So the episode start off where we see Jax and Lewis stay in the bed. Jax seems like she's having like a nightmare or a dream or something about Chanel and her I guess her interview or her statements. She's been watching Chanel tape during the interview after the incident with JT, and she keep like having this stuff going through her mind, and she come to the conclusion that Chanel is protecting someone, and she get out of bed because she can't rest till she really know what happened. And we see Lewis there, Rika guilt. And then we see him get up out the bed and he went to the washroom with his phone and he texted, what's her name? Tony,
Yeah.
uh, saying that we need to talk. And we also get a scene where we see Jax pay a visit to Chanel. And like Jay said, Chanel like the energy onto Jax is just like she's projecting because she know that Jax is onto something with who but she got the wrong person out in my opinion of Adrian or something because I think Jax think that Chanel is protecting Adrian. I think she on to
Yeah.
something, but just the wrong person. And Chanel trying to do reverse psychology and said like you always easy on the man, you always going against the women and all that stuff. And I'm like, it would have took a lot out of me to not snatch up Chanel. I mean, she there as a lawyer,
Agreed.
but since she's a lawyer and her friend, so way she was talking, it's like, okay, I'm your friend as well. So it's like the lines get blurred right there because I'm not no longer your lawyer. I'm be your friend once I snatch you up. But that's my opinion. What's y'all thoughts on both of those scenes?
Who you want to go first, Mom?
Huh?
I was just asking who did you want to go first? But I'll go now. Is everything
You just go
okay
down
with
in order
that?
for right now for the first. Yeah, so
Okay, cool. So, yeah, when Lewis was tripping out, I was just so irritated when he texted this lady. Like, let her stay wherever she at. Lewis, you've been on a good track. I'm rooting for you, Lewis. And you got let off easy yet again. Because you didn't have to even come out on the woodwork this time around.
is it
You
me
could
or
have let
Aries? You
everybody think
sound
that that was
muffled.
JT, baby.
Yeah, you sound like you transform into something like that. I don't
You
know if,
sound muffled. It sound
yeah,
like you a
Oh,
robotic.
okay. Sounding better now?
keep
Say
talking.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, yeah. Testing. Am I sounding a little better?
Yeah, it's better now. It's just a
better.
little low. That's all.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So I'll just speak a little louder. But I was thinking, Lewis, you got off easy in the first place. Why are you texting Tony? Why are you even opening up that Pandora's box? Because what was so bad about letting everybody think that this was JT's baby? I don't think that you would have probably ever got called to wherever it had to go, to Maury, if unless you put your DNA, do a 23andMe or something weird like that. Stay off that kind of stuff, Lewis. You got away with it once. And then she even, like it just was okay. He was stressed. Jack, she was stressed about the interview too. And I could get where she was coming from, but I was just irritated when I felt like I realized, oh dang, this episode is gonna focus on Lewis and his poor judgment. So I'm sad to see that. Also, when we get to Chanel and Jax in the jail cell or having that consultation, when Chanel said what she said, I was like, man, Chanel, you a convict at this point. She done turned into a convict. Like, you up here talking about how Jax doesn't like women, and I'm just like, oh my god, it just was not. It was giving. It's not a friend or representation. Like, I'm a convict and you're on the outside. I don't know. She just was giving me 90-day lockup before the release. Before the release.
That's funny. You silly. Okay, what about you, Candy Love? What you thought about both of these things?
Um, yeah. So, anybody want to tell me what happened to JT hand? Is he taking boxing classes and we don't know it? Like, I think his hand has been wrapped up for a couple weeks, but I don't think we really saw it like this. So, if anybody got an idea or in the chat, let me know what's going on with JT's hand. But yeah, JT
Right.
was dead wrong for texting Tony. Why are you reaching out to Tony? Um, you went there. So we find out that well, I'm not going to go far. Yeah, I think that was dead. He was dead wrong for reaching out to her. If she's full blown pregnant You have not spoken to her in this many months. Why are we contacting her now? Like, if it's JT's, let's leave it at JT's. Say you don't remember. Like, I don't remember sleeping with a
Right.
lady. Ugh. I was disappointed with him when he did that. And Chanel, girl, you could stay where you are. If that's the case, if I don't like black women, if I don't like women, you you could stay where you at. Okay, how about that? Or how about we just let you see Corey every time and not me, as a friend, as a confidant, somebody that you're familiar with and can confide in during these times, because we don't see anybody else going to the prison. Hell, Sally probably can't come because she might criminal, say something wrong anyway. I'm just done with Chanel. I really am. I really am. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay.
So, like I said, your man had guilty sex when he was digging it in with Jax. All was on his mind was like, dang, that must be my baby. I hope it's not my baby. You could see in his face, he just was not into it. Jax was into it. And I think that was why he said, you know what? I got to find out the truth. I need to know. You're right. He could have got away. He could have let it go, but he didn't. And he reached out. And, he's that type of dude, though. He's not the type of dude to kind of like let things kind of ride and be mysterious. He's the, solution based. Most guys, that's what we are, right? We try to find a solution. We try to solve the problem. We try to find out things just so we won't be kind of surprised by the whole situation. You know what I mean? So we don't want to be caught off kilter. So, yeah, maybe he shouldn't have called. Maybe he shouldn't have reached out. But at the end of the day, he wants to know it. It may turn out to be pretty ugly for him. You know what I mean? I already talked about the manipulator right here, the narcissist right here. I already talked about her. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she's terrible to her friend. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Okay, so we get a scene where what's his name? Lewis called Terrence. Is that his brother? Right?
Yeah, that's his brother.
Yeah.
Terrence.
Yeah, that's his bro.
And he called his brother in a panic about Tony and this baby might be his. And he was like, you didn't wear a condom, dog? And then he was like, it was that one time. I was like, oh. And then it did he said he glad he's taking that drug for
Prep. He
yeah,
said,
prep.
I'm on prep and straight people just slip it up too much.
He
What?
said, I'm not gonna get caught up. He said, I'm on prep just in case. And then he called in a panic about it. And then we get a scene where they at the office and then Jax is coming to Corey with an alternative about saying Chanel might not unalive JT and she probably protecting someone else. And then Corey said he gonna go with what Chanel told him that she did it. And that was the end of the story. And then her assistant said always bet on Jax and stuff like that. And then we get Daniel come through as well because they talking about Evan, Adrian Pimp Evan over here, this white guy who smacked back
Yeah.
Adrian last episode. Yeah, so they trying to do some digging with him, get his background, see what's going on. Yep.
True.
So what's your thoughts on that vacate, JTV?
Okay, so your man was in a panic, yo. What should I do? Like, I mean, if I was in that situation, I probably would have done the same thing. I probably would have called my bro, like, bro, what should I do? What should I do? And the brother really was just like really trying to get on him, like, yo, how you not gonna do this? How you still married and you messing around with this chick? So he was stating facts. He was stating facts, like, bro, you should have known better. You know what I mean? To be doing it and shooting at the club and not having a condom on, right? As far as Morris Chestnut and his character, there's always a constant battle between him and Jax, man.
Yeah.
It's always like, you brought me in, for me to do this, for me to help your friend because you're too close to the case, and then you keep jumping in. And then once she dipped out, then it was like, all right, well, even the other lawyers, even the other guys, I don't know if you got to that yet. Even the lawyers was just like, yeah, she's kind of difficult to work with, whatever. So he's gonna have a constant battle with Jax because she's always gonna want to jump in. Period. Um, as far as the white guy being a pimp, I thought that was funny that you said what you said about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more to this guy than what we see. Like he plays like the nice guy. We've seen a little hard side to him, so I'm looking forward to seeing what else he gonna bring. But he seemed to be like a no nonsense type of dude. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah. So what about you, Candy Love?
Um, yeah, the brother was funny. Uh, and he spoke to him. You know, it is what it is. Like you don't wear protection. Like the dude wife. I mean, the dude Tony was hunching like 3 or 4 men when he walked into that little room. Like, why do you think this safe to not wear something with this total stranger? You know, she is a stranger. All you do is know she's a PTA mom or whatever. Um, Lord Jesus, he's stressing me out. Everybody on here stressing me out today. I don't know why. Uh, the pimp. It's something about him, and I can't wait till we find out what's really going on with this dude. Because
Mm-hmm.
he is. I know it's about the money, but I need to know like what was really going on with them and the money. Like what's going on? Like were all three of you all investing, and you started to cut JT out there once you got so much money, or was you using Adrian to get the money? And then like I really need to know the backstory on this slime bucket. I really do.
I
And
agree.
I don't like Morris. I don't know if you said this or either Jay said it. I don't like them using Jax as a pawn per se to have negative conversation by her being difficult to work. I didn't like that. I didn't like uh, Corey being the catalyst for that conversation. I didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you,
Right.
Aries?
Yeah, I thought it was just realistic the way that Lewis reached out to his brother. Like, oh my gosh, like you remember the girl? It was just like, no, we on a name by name basis. You know exactly who. All I gotta do is say Tony. I got Tony pregnant. It wasn't no explaining. It wasn't, it was just like he been telling his business to his brother. And the brother was all here for it. He was like, but this sound like drama and I'm here for it.
Oh yeah,
Well,
he messy, child. He is
he
messy.
is messy. He's here for it. And then I'm with Candy. I did not like the way that the boys club met up at Corey's homeboys cigar lounge when they was on that, oh, what I gotta do for you to win. And I feel like that's when they was like, that's when Corey said what he said, like, make Jack sit down somewhere. I don't like the way that they're using her or the way that she getting played or pushed out. They dangling her position as a partner there over his head, being an attorney that just, haven't really had no fame yet under his belt or no one cases. And then White Diddy, Witty, the way that he was talking to Adrian, I said, "Oh my God!" He said, we ain't on the field no more. We in the house now, so act accordingly." Like I knew it was something about him that first episode that we got introduced when he slapped them all up like he did, but now he done went down. I don't want to get my track shoes on. Shout out to Moochie, but this man is really he's a ick at this point. So that's that on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I concur. So next up, we get the slime ball Evan, the pimp. Um, talking to what's his name, Adrian. Adrian came to make a visit to his office, and Evan was like, "You look a little lightheaded." He said, "I appreciate the little money you gave me, but what's the rest of my money?" And then Adrian talking about Chanel case and stuff like that. She got good lawyers. The trial about to start in a few weeks. and everything will be all good. And then it was like Chanel don't know about I have to clean up your mess. So I'm like, what mess? What did he do? Did they even say what he did to needing this money? I'm lost. But that's what happened. And then they was, making, little light threats and talking about triggers and pushing buttons and stuff like that. And we also get a scene where Jax and Corey they at the office, and I guess Corey he realized that Jax is Chanel's friend, and he said something about her emotions, keep her emotions at bay and stuff like that, and what have you. And I guess they was talking about the interview as well that's about to come up, they're about to air, come up and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts, Candy Love, on both of these things?
Well, Adrian tried to come in with some, with his chest poked out a little bit this time. Like I don't know what transpired between last time and this time, but he was a different person for some reason. Um,
Coots, barely.
I mean, he can't. He can get slapped this time. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still up in the air about these two. I want to know what's going on. I don't want to guess. I don't want to be confused. I just want to know, like, what's the deal with these two, or and three with JT. Like, what's going on? Um, yeah, that's all I got on them. Yeah, that's it. I just need to
Aries.
know.
I would have put on Chanel because who is he talking about, baby? What is it? Okay, Dominique.
Dominique, yes, she would just be there. She would be in prison for life, 15 to life.
Right. So, what's your thoughts on this Adrian and Evan situation, and Corey and Jax?
Adrian and Evan, it feels a little forced. I feel like that's why this man irritates me so much because he's heavy on the threats. And I'm not seeing a lot of action. Like he real cutesy when he be saying his little lines or whatever, but it just seems like what is it being dragged out? It's real slow to the point as to why the money is, why they're after this money. They dragging that part out. So I feel like that's what's also irritating me about whenever he's on camera. Other than that, Jackson and Corey, what was the question about Jackson Corey?
Corey, like Jay said, is always gonna be that back and forth between those two. And Corey just wanted to make sure that she know that he is first chair and stuff like that. And then, she need to keep her emotions. She know that Chanel is her friend. She need to keep her emotions at bay and stuff like that. And
I
about the
do have a theory on this. I think that these two is gonna hook up, and then that's what's gonna keep that's what's gonna set the playing field. I don't want that to happen, but somebody need to get topped to just go ahead and set the dominance. Who's in charge, okay? And that's how we shall proceed because that's the fight. They're having like a pissing match literally every time we see them in the office.
Well,
I
we know
agree.
things don't
Yeah.
go well when Corey smashed the women he worked with, like Tanya from last episode. I mean, if
Mm-mm.
they smash and then
It
get
already
emotionally
ain't going
involved,
well.
that can blow up Chanel case.
Chanel really gonna be in there forever.
Okay. What about you, VKJ? TV.
Yeah, so from my understanding, they are trying to embezzle money from JT's account, right? Because this guy wasn't he like his manager or something like that, or
He's
agent or
the
something like that?
manager. Yeah.
Right. So JT made all this money. Now that he's gone, like okay, and now that you're in love with his wife, as he said, like you in love with his wife. Well, where's the rest of this money? You know what I'm saying? So I call him Barry, man. He's always gonna be Barry from the Oval to me. Okay, I know he got his name on the show, but this is
Yeah.
Barry from the Oval. Okay,
Yeah.
and And so they trying to get this money. They trying to get this money, and he wants all the money, not just some of the money. You know what I mean? So I like how I don't know if you're gonna get to it yet, but when he goes to the bank and he throws out the receipt and
That was
the
last episode, Jay.
that was last episode. That's what I'm talking about. When he got the receipt, when the dude got the receipt, right? Like they on to him. They gonna find out exactly what's going on. So that's what I was gonna say. Do I agree with you guys as far as Corey and Jax getting busy? I think it's gonna cause more problems. Not even just with Corey. I mean, Jax is already on edge with the case, with her best friend being locked up. To now get involved on some, me and you getting it in, and my husband, I'm trying to work things out with my husband. No, that's just going to complicate things even more. And at the same time, I don't think Corey wants that because she's already dominant, period. So you think she's just dominant in the office? Wait, if we get in bed, she's going to try to take over. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a constant back and forth of smashing or whatever. I don't. It'll be good for TV, of course, because I know y'all want to see Morris Chestnut and and all of this and that, and little brown booty, whatever, right? Sure. but I know that's what y'all want to see. That's why y'all like, yeah. That's why Aries said what she said. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I ain't knocking you. But I think the aftermath would be terrible. It would be the worst, yo.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like they said, Chanel gonna be in there for life. Next up, we see Jackson Lewis there at home. So the interview, Chanel interview with Tanya is airing tonight, and they watching the interview, and they also talking about the case and stuff like that, and and they talking about I guess Jax told him she think that Chanel is protecting someone and she's covering for someone, and she think the cover story is not the best. I mean, the cover situation to cover for someone is not the best idea. And then we get a scene where what's his name, Lewis phone blows up on him, and it's Alex Dunn. That's the name he put in for Tony. And Tony is on the phone, and then Jax told him to answer it, and he playing it cool. He said, "Yeah, tomorrow," because he said it was a co-worker that's calling him, Alex Dunn. So, and she just on the phone smirking. He said, "You text me to call you, and when I call you, you don't have time to talk." I'm like, girl, you see, it's nighttime. He's with his family. You took the time at night to call him back, and you know what it is. Look at her looking like a proud whore. So, yeah.
Oh my God. She said proud whore.
Proud and typical.
Yeah. But he right along with it though. He right along with it. He's like, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, he playing it off like it really is somebody from. Right. That was the funny part to me.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, okay. We're gonna get to that paperwork. Yeah, and she's like, yo, what's up with that?
Yeah, that was weird. He did a bad job.
You know what it is.
He did a bad job of playing it off.
So, any thoughts? Whoever want to go first? This whole scene from watching this interview to Jax is about to have a heart attack of answering and not answering his phone, talking to Tony.
All I gotta say is let Jax find out about Tony and this possible, then the Corey and Jax smash will happen. Let one thing happen and the next shall follow. But yeah, I thought that this was I don't know, this was like a cool scene or whatever. It was just the way that Tony was acting as if like you could have said then like Lewis, you don't have nothing to worry about. This ain't your baby. And I ain't got and I'm not coming out. I'm not saying nothing about you. Okay. You could have, instead of doing all this pulling up in the shadows type of mess, like girl, go on.
All right. So anybody Any thoughts on this whole situation?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, great. Um, Next up, we at the office with the crew. I think this is the jury selection, if I'm not mistaken, and they talking about the numbers of Chanel interview with Tanya has had like 36 million, and then what's her name, Crystal, was questioning that number. She like that got to be wrong. 36 million views or whatever, and I forgot what was the contentions between them. Oh, so open it is the trial starts the next day, and Jax talked to Corey about his opening statement and asked him, do he need help? And he directly um and kind of politely said, no, I got it, thank you. And Jax don't like that, because Jackson want to know what's his opening statement gonna be, because this is her friend as well. So that's what that line get blurred. She wanna, because he's first chair, like he really don't have to show her that, but yeah, and we also get a scene where what's her name? The DA, I forgot her name. Is it Lucy? Lucky?
Lucy,
Lucy
yeah.
Lacey,
Yeah,
something
Lucy.
like that.
I said Lucky. Lucy is out. I guess she having a meal, and she get approached, and they is pressure on her for real, because they said she cannot mess this up because they used to messing up in the past. I was like, oh, way to put pressure on her. And then we in the courtroom, they giving a statement. They open a statement. Trying to set the tone of who Chanel is or isn't, who she, did she do it, didn't do it. And then the court procedure started. So what's your thoughts on that? I can't remember everything in this courtroom, y'all. I cannot. What happened? I'm gonna be honest. I'm going off
What
the
I
note.
did remember, I like the graphics or the data that they was going over based on the jury selection or just Chanel's like favor improving amongst certain demographics, like black women, her favor had improved. Men in general still was like not approving of Chanel in the case at all. They was all about JT basically. So I like to see that end of it, them getting that information and then using it to strategize with. So once they got to the court, Chanel came through. They started playing one song. I hear the beat. I think it was Nikki beat, or no, maybe a Missy Elliott. Yeah, Missy Elliott instrumental.
Talk
But
to me.
she had shackles.
Mhm.
I was like, this is giving me shackles from head to toe. 25 with a Izzel with nowhere to gizzo. Okay, it was giving very much so. Snoop Doggy Dogg murder was the case. I said, why this lady gotta have bracelets on her ankles? Is it that serious? But
Well, cause she
bet
ran
$30 million
last time.
dollars.
She ran
Oh
last
yeah,
time.
that is true. Okay, you got a point there. Okay, I did forget all about that. Oh my god! But we get to see JT little ugly mama get up on the stand too, with her nostrils flared all up like a buzzard, and start talking about what she done seen and what threats Chanel done made. I said, get this lady off my screen.
Talking about this lady.
Aries, you wrong for that.
That lady.
Because it's the buzzard for me.
I'm scared.
You know what she look like? Yeah, I remember the Wiz. You remember Mike
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the Queen?
Lord,
Yeah,
y'all,
she looking like the queen on
y'all
The
wrong.
Wicked Witch.
Move on down the road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Move on
The one
down.
with the one with the toilet or something like that. Is she that
Yes.
one?
She just
She
showed
fresh out of the toilet.
Yes. Oh
okay,
my
Dominic.
God. I'm not gonna
And
be able to sleep at
so, any thoughts on any of this?
Yeah, again, just my re-emphasis of Jax just kind of just keep buttoning, keep jumping. And I understand that's your friend, but why did you bring Corey if you keep staying on top of him like this? Like, yeah, okay, in the beginning, you didn't agree with the strategy. The strategy was like, okay, she's another black woman who was abused. You know what I'm saying? And she fought back, so it was self-defense, and you didn't agree with that. So since then, since the beginning of the case, now she's like questioning every move that he's making. And it's like, dude, Jax, just back off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find out, but it's just too much. You too much on top of him. Let him do his job. Just let him do his job the best way he can. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. She needs to back off a whole lot. She's not letting him do his job. She has him going to the other guys, you know, stating things that they should. I don't think they should say about her. For one, as a woman, because it's hard to become a partner, in a law firm, yet alone a black female partner
I agree.
with the others. So I don't think Corey. I dislike him doing that, but I get it. But you can't at this moment that should not have been done because y'all in the middle of a big case right now, a high profile case, and putting that in their head. I just didn't like it. I said that earlier. I just didn't like him doing that. But I do
Right.
appreciate, and I think I might be putting my track shoes on about the mother.
Yep.
Flair and Nostrils can go.
Cause this the first day of the trial. This trial go on another day.
Okay,
It's
so
it's,
I'll
it's
hold my other
study
part for the
different
next
days.
day. But yeah, I just didn't like that conversation of him and
I
throwing her
agree
under
with
the
you.
bus like that.
I agree with you. It's definitely not a good thing. It's not cool if y'all
Yeah,
were if you're the one that she brought you in, bro. Like she didn't have to, and then turn around, you turning your back on her, which I don't like.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. So we get to see Lewis and Spencer. Lewis trying to make it up to Spencer after what happened last episode, and he wanted to show him about this performance, this elite performance art school, and how he can do his arts and sports at the same time. I want to say, and you just showing them, trying to make it up to him and stuff like that. And then we get a scene of Jax and her daughter Naomi, something like that, and the daughter was talking about Grandma Lou boyfriend Douglas, new boo thing. She don't like him and she miss Grandpapa, whatever his name is, and that was funny because she said she don't. And then Jax was looking like, and the daughter was dead serious because Jax was like, "Is he doing something like harming
I
you or
swear, I
doing
thought,
something inappropriate?" Because I thought so too. Because I'm like, "Yo, what?" I'm like, "Is he weird?" She like, "No, it's not like that. She just, miss her grandpa, the guy."
his grandpa Paul.
Yeah, and we get to see Corey at the office as the partners. I forgot their name. And they asked, do he want to go out? And Corey said no at first because he got the case to worry about. And he changed his mind. He said he know a spot, his partner spot, they're just not too long open or something like that. New spot. So he took him to this majority black establishment, which is funny talking about they got to go out the back door. I chuckled. They looked at him like,
Yeah, I
and
did
he's like,
too.
I'm just messing with you.
It's
What?
like it's only black only, and it was like for real.
He said, you gonna have to go out the back door. I was cracking up. So yeah, and then they was talking about Jax, how she needs I guess loosen up, bend a little, and how she could be uptight and stuff like that. They was talking about Jax, and then he said he didn't disagree with them about Jax and stuff like that. So you can imagine what that conversation was like about Jax, because they did cut it off early. So what are your thoughts on that? On all this? Aries.
Okay, so thank you for that. Because as you can see, I was sighing into it. My thoughts, I'm going to start off with the last thing we left off on with Randolph and Mortimer. Because they up here doing real. What's that movie with Eddie Murphy? Changing places. They up here doing real changing places tactics with um Corey Chase, and Jax. They creating a crabs in the barrel environment, forcing Corey to either choose them or, like
Good
dangling a
point, Jack.
carrot, really. I didn't like the way that they was playing them, but it's definitely entertaining. Corey know how to play. This man, he's a professional. Okay? He said, I don't disagree. He didn't just straight out say like, yes, I hear you on that. Ha ha ha. He was like, I don't disagree. Like, I'm intrigued. Let me see where this going. I'm entertaining these fools so I can run it back to my sis. Like, look, do you understand what's at stake? You need to fall back. Let me do my thing and get the good old boys off of your tail. Okay, I think that's what would help them out. It seemed like they might get to that page further along, but yeah, other than that, shout out to Lewis and Spence for getting back on good terms. Because when Spence looked at the brochure, I just kind of thought, like, man, Lewis, he still ain't fooling with you. Because he got up like, yeah, man, it's good. Like, don't trip, man. I don't even want to hug you now because you're going to think something. So go ahead on. But yes, that's what I'm thinking when it comes down to those scenes, y'all.
Okay. Candy Love. What's your thoughts on all these scenes?
Well, yeah, with I have mixed feelings about the Jax. I mean, sorry, the Lewis and what's the little aggravating child name? I don't care for the little boy.
Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer. I have mixed feelings about him doing that because, for one, how do you know he wants to go to a different school? How do you know he's going to be accepted? How do you like? Why are you bringing all these things to him? I mean, I get you trying to make up with him, but good God, you going to that extent to make up with him? So that means we got to pay for him to go to school.
So you saying they're
Um,
getting his hopes up? They getting his hope? Getting his,
Even though of course we know he did get accepted, but still, yet, like, how do you, like, just, I don't know. I just didn't care for that. And then I made my comments on the Corey and the guys. But yeah, I
okay.
didn't like him doing that, especially without talking to Jack first. I didn't like it.
Okay. What about the daughter? Grandma Lou, boyfriend Douglas.
Oh, yeah. See, does Naima know what Paul did to Jax? And if she does not, probably
No.
that's probably
So
why
no,
she.
no, she do not.
Okay, so that's probably why she feeling the way she feels. But then again, she doesn't want a new man around her grandma. She wants the man that she always knew. And I understand, I get that, but
I mean,
I
they
think
just
this dude,
buried him last season, so
yeah, it's fairly, fresh for them. But then I think this dude might be a creep anyway. It was too easy
oh,
for his background to come back clean. I think something might be wrong with this dude. I ain't sure. I ain't giving nobody a
Right.
pass. I'm sorry.
okay. Okay, moving on. We see Jackson in the office.
I
She
like to say
called.
something
You have to say
about the
something?
last
I'm
slide.
sorry.
I said something briefly, but um, the Jack situation. I
Uh-huh.
mean, sorry, the Corey situation.
Okay.
As you stated, he didn't agree, he didn't disagree. He said, "Yeah, I hear what you're saying," and all of this and that, right? He said, "Yeah, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
Um, Honestly, down the line, once all of this stuff is clear, they may want to start their own firm.
Hey,
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
say that.
Because if you really think about it, like, yeah, just like you said, shout out to you, Aries. Trading Places, one of my favorite movies of all time. Just one, just one. Shout out to you. I'm surprised you know that one too. I'm surprised you know
Monarch.
that. That's my movie right there. But it's exactly
Right.
what you said. They're trying to pit one against the other. Valentine against whatever his name was, right? So that's exactly spot on. And like I said, hey, I can see a Corey and Jack's firm if possible, if they can
Mm-hmm.
get through this.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can
Mm-hmm.
do that and just leave this firm, this, the good old boys, then I think that'll be fire.
All right. Well, they gotta learn how to listen to one another, child.
Yeah, but that's us in
They gonna
general,
need to
right?
go to couples
Right. That's
counseling.
I'm like,
That's us as black people in general. Like
right,
we just we're so emotional and passionate about stuff that
right.
it blinds us from actually coming together and working together to
Towards the
really just
goal.
be independent with each other. You know what I mean? It's really we're just emotional people. That's who we are. So
Mhm.
if they can get past that, if they can get past the passion, they just got to get through this case first.
Right.
Once that happens, as long as Corey makes the right move and he doesn't shice her, if they offer him a partnership position and try to kick, Jax out, if he says no, talks to Jax and says, "Hey, how about we do our own thing?" I think that'll be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope. So I can good. That was a good one, Jay.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we get a scene where Jax is at the office and she called her mom. She talked to Mama Lou and talk about her new boyfriend Douglas because this is news to Jax of this newfound man, and Mama Lou is taking some of her what's her deceased husband Paul stuff to the mission or something like that. And then we also get a scene Jack's meeting with the partners of the firm, and they telling her to support, tone it down, support Corey. He's the first chair, and you supposed to be there for support and let him lead, and yada yada yada. And then we get a moment where Jax and Daniel, I guess they talk about Adrian. I want no Evan about his background. It was hard to get something at first, and then later, I guess we found out he has a tie-in with something. I forgot the name. Something with money. I forgot what. I having a brain fart right now, but yeah. So, what's y'all thoughts on that
Just to
case?
help you out,
Yeah.
they found out that the white dude who was an agent, and they found out that they were funneling money into a nonprofit organization that JT was tied up with, and now they're basically trying to get the money out of that nonprofit, which is millions of dollars. So there's a lot of different
Yeah, but Evan
web
also is
stuff.
tied in with some other business. They
Yeah, he's tied in
I
with some other
forgot
other stuff
what
too.
it
Yeah,
was specifically. That's what I'm like.
yeah, it's really crazy. It's
That's what I'm
really
like. It's a lot going on with
it's a
Evan.
lot of webs,
It
right?
just
It's a
is.
lot of
Right.
different webs. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
But going back to Jackson, her, meeting with these guys. I mean, but this is expected, right? They see her as the difficult. She's highly intelligent. She's highly capable. She is highly she's dope. Jackson's dope. We know that, right?
oh yeah,
But
without a doubt.
but sometimes when you're dope, and let's just put it out there, when you're dope as a black woman and a black man, some folks may get intimidated. You know what I mean? Some folks may be like, you better than me. You might one day
Right.
take over as the largest partner in the firm, and then I'm out of a job and I'm out of whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they get a little intimidated. So for them to go to her like this, it was just like, I think she saw this coming. I think she saw this coming.
Mm-hmm.
So she gonna handle it though. She gonna be strong. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a Corey Jacks firm. And and yeah, that's all I want to talk about.
Candy Love.
So yeah, I like the idea of Corey and Jax, having their own firm. I do like that. Um, well, you can't tell Mama Lou nothing because she's the mama. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Daniel, I'm gonna need somebody to take Dane to the range and get him some, because I like him being the IT guy, the tech, the guru, the people, not the peeping tom. I'm sorry, he can get inside of anything, bank accounts, whatever. I like all of that for him, but I do need him to go to the range, okay? Because I need him to be able to protect himself as well as Jax and whomever else he comes in contact with. And I knew that was not your question, but that's just my answer to Daniel. with his, you know, special self, because he's very special to the firm and to Jax. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay. He's very special. Yes, he is. Aries.
Man, Mama Lou, oh my gosh, this lady, she gets on my nerves because she don't listen to Jax. Everything Jax try to call her out on, like it's with good reason. Because as soon as she said she met this man down at the mission, it wouldn't have been hard for me to believe that he was like a person that was going there for donations. Because it seemed like she likes to take people in off the street. It do. So I was like, wait a minute now. I know good and well you ain't gonna say you done met this man down at the mission. And now you about to rehabilitate yet another. So yeah, when it came out that this was Mr.
Yeah.
Douglas with one S or two, we don't know. Jax just had to let it be known like that she was about to go look this man up. Like, why wouldn't I even know how he spelled his name? Jax, the viewers of this show are smart enough to know that you, as an attorney, was gonna go look up this man clearly,
All right, that
because as
she
soon
was
as
like, how you
Naima,
spell
we
it? She like,
already knew. I was like, why did they do us like we was dumb like that? But when Naima sat up and she said, "I don't like him," I said, "Oh my God, Lou, I about to tear Lou a new one." I was gonna tear her a new one because it's like all you do is pick these predators. What's wrong with you, lady? But luckily, Naima was just missing a little crazy Paw, and that was that. But for sure, Daniel, Jax, this man is not security. Get him a guard card at least. Okay? Get him some bear spray, some pepper spray, a taser off of Amazon.
it's a
He needs some
taser.
type of
Nice.
protection. Right. If y'all not gonna get this man no conceal to carry, whatever. If you're not gonna get this man a CCW license, then I don't know what to tell you. Y'all need actual security, because we see further along in the show where she first tell Daniel, oh, just stay put, I'm gonna be good. Then she say, come because I need you for backup. I said, we might see Daniel might end up being a pack, and I don't want that to happen. Not
Oh
on this show.
no! Don't say that,
Yeah,
Aries.
we
Right.
don't want that. Nah. But I mean, you're right
But they
though.
using them,
She,
they
I
put
can
them out
see
there
him
like
get
that.
really hurt.
you
I can
dragging
see him
him
get
along
really hurt.
like that, like he ain't good
Yeah,
for protection.
Right, right.
he's
That's
not.
what
And he's
He good
definitely
for the other
not.
stuff. He good
Yeah,
for the
information
paperwork.
only.
Right, right. But she once he's like, hey, you want me to go with you? So yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm saying. Okay. We're gonna take a little intermission break, y'all. All right.
Okay, Miss Fancy. I ain't never see that before.
We back for
Okay.
intermission.
And these
And
tricks up her sleeve. Ew.
we so silly. We next up we have Lewis and Jax. They are at the therapy section, and the therapist talking about how proud of him he are them as they move forward. And you know this scene was cringy for me because
Yes.
trust was the therapist said trust is one of wait before I get there. Jax had a problem with Lewis approach to Spencer and his school and while talking to him. I mean talking to her first. So that's a problem. He ain't talked to Jack nothing about this school, and she don't want to be seen like a bad guy. Like if she say no. Sometimes she wants to be, be part of the good guy squad. So he didn't get her opportunity to, say yes to the schooling. And also when the therapist said that trust is one of Lewis problem I guess with Jax. And now he said he can trust her because she's more open and stuff like that, and honest and open. And I kind of cringe when he said that because he is not being forthright in what actually happened or could possibly be, you know, Tony's baby daddy. And it was a lot of cringeworthy moment at that therapy session because and he looked like he just stole something out of the store or something. Like he just did a bank robbery before he got to the therapy session because he is there like nervous. And we get a scene of Lewis that same day. It must be at night because he went the same thing. That night he met with Tony. Finally, they meet up and they outside talking, and he like, "Who's the daddy?" And she like, "Not you, and not JT, because JT and him will smash her around the same time." And she said, "Nobody's daddy." She said, only person who wants this baby is me. So you ain't got to worry about it and all that stuff and stuff like that." And then he was like, "Cool." And you know, it's not really cool for him because he's not that type of guy. So, what are your thoughts on it, Candy Love?
So yes, okay. I have an issue with Jax holding on to her gripe with Lewis not including her. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I have an
Mm-hmm.
issue with her holding on to that until therapy. Like why now and not in the beginning? Not when when you first found out. I prefer conversations to be had in the moment versus waiting till later. So we can, so he's not blindsided, well, hell, I guess she was
Fact.
blindsided by it. So now, that's tit for tat. That's going back and forth. I prefer it to be communication, I like clear communication and clarity and all that, good stuff when it comes to marriages because it could bring us to having unnecessary conversations here at therapy. With Tony and Lewis, I think that's a big mistake because she seems like she could be the type of person that will bring it up later on or may call Jax and say, "Hey, XYZ." I just can see her doing that for some reason because she can and because she knows that he's, doing good with his wife or, and because she did mention that, oh, so y'all good now or whatever. Like, why is that a concern of yours that we're doing good now? I ain't talked to you in months. Hell, I didn't know you was pregnant. So why is that a concern of yours? So I hate that he met with her. Like, yeah. I'd rather be blindsided by me having a baby on the way than I don't know. I ain't a dude, so maybe Jay can answer that better than I can.
Right.
But as far as being Jax and being Jax she can be upset about him going, you know, off, shooting up the club during a time where they were both, dealing with other people. So that's not even an issue. It's just him shooting the club up. Like you went into this lady like that. Like you putting my health at risk, your health at risk. Like I don't like stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But Jay can answer that question about being blindsided about the baby.
Jay, you want to go next? You want to take a stab at it?
Should I take a stab at it? Because Lewis already did. All right. So so look. As I said in the beginning, we gotta ease off Lewis, man. I know right now he's kind of withholding information. But remember when they took their little break. This is when it happened. That's what Tony looked like. That's a bad picture. But I'm just saying she didn't look like that in the car. But anyway, I agree with Jax though. Like, yo, we supposed to be a team and we raising this boy together. Let's work together as a team. Okay, let me know what you're doing before you do it. I know it was impulsive. I know you're trying to make up. I know you felt bad. You was drinking. He was drinking about the whole situation of just making his son feel like, like, oh, being in theater, there's something wrong with that. There's something not masculine about that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And no father wants to make their son feel any type of way like they don't have their back. And that's how he felt. But I understand where Jax was coming from. Like, let's work together. Ease back off Lewis, man. I think he's gonna come through once he finds out the truth. I think he's gonna come through once he finds out the truth. And it's not gonna be easy. And Jax is not gonna take it too well. but we still don't know the truth. We still don't know if this is his baby or not.
Right.
We still don't know. So that's why it doesn't make sense right now to even tell Jax what's going on, because he's not even sure what's going on. So he's trying to figure it out, and that's why he's getting in contact with Tony to see, okay, what's going on next? What's happening with the, I like, you don't want to like put the cart before the horse. That's the saying. Don't put the cart before the horse, because you end up getting jacked up. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be all messed up. And now you just opened up a can of worms where you shouldn't have opened it up. It's just too early for him to really expose this. Once he gets the facts, then expose it. Then you can explain, hey, this is when it happened, when me and, Tony was getting together. This is when it happened. You kind of knew I was messing around because you was messing around too. I got it all on tape. I got the cameras full of I got a house full of cameras. You know what I'm saying? So I seen you with other dudes, so you know what's going on. So let him get the information first. Then once he gets the facts, then he can tell her and go from there. It's not going to be easy because Jax, man. Jax. Jesus.
Now, if you tell her, that might push her towards Corey. But anyway, Aries, your turn.
That's what I said, girl. I said, man,
That's what
don't
you
let
want,
this be
Aries. I
no
know that's what
Louis
you want.
baby. Now, Jay, contrary to popular belief, I do not want that. Okay, I do not want that. But I feel
Okay.
like that's what the people. I think that's what the writers might think the people want, because initially, when Corey and Jax had that first embrace on the first, or actually the second episode, it
Yeah.
was just kind of awkward. It was like Corey may have thought something was there, but Jax just really needed comfort. And now it seems like they pushing them together with them at the cigar bar and all they're bonding over a good puff or two. I'm like, ah, man, I know what y'all trying to do. So
Yeah.
y'all, Lewis, do not run Jax over there to the arms of Corey. But I want to say shout out to the actor that plays Lewis, because Lewis is always smiley. But how was it that in this episode, in this scene, his guilt, like he was able to project that guilt behind his grin? It was cringy, Mo. It was so cringy to see him shout out like Jax for the very thing that he's struggling with in his own life. Like, yes, she's very trustworthy. That's how I be. What Usher say? I've been blaming you when I'm the one that's doing wrong.
Whoa.
Okay, Aries.
Shout out
You know
to
what?
you.
Shout out to Usher.
Ah,
Shout out to Aries.
Look,
Get the
shout out to
focus, yo.
Usher.
that's my dog.
You were breaking out in the song. Okay.
We
But
were
that's the only
living
thing that
wrong.
was coming to my mind. I know y'all like that lower register. I got y'all.
I heard that. I heard
I
that.
heard it.
I was feeling it. I felt it in my gut. I felt it.
Okay,
She can
so
sing for real. She just playing though. She can really sing.
yeah, I
I
believe.
know. I could tell by her
See,
speaking voice she can sing. And
y'all
she in
So
making me
Vegas.
blush.
She in Nevada. You know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying? A lot of
yeah.
talent out there.
Right.
Goodbye, America.
So we get a scene where the ladies are at the dinner. They talking about Chanel, of course, in the case. And Jax opened up to Sally and they friend. I keep forgetting. Um, they was talking about Jack said that Chanel is mad at me because I call her a liar and all that good stuff. And the friend over there jumped in like, yeah, well, I thought she set it up because the money and Adrian and how it looked and stuff, they was running away and stuff like that. And then the cousin was like, I thought I came here to see how we can support Chanel in this time of need and stuff like that. Not He said, what y'all been listening to the Shade Room, the niches on Shade Room. I'm like, oh my God. and and she left. She was pissed. Sally was pissed. She like, y'all is not about to talk about my cousin like that. Like she's guilty or she's put this whole thing in motion and stuff like that. So what are y'all thoughts on this whole dinner blow up with Sally and the ladies?
Sally did it. She did it. Sally
Right.
did it.
That's the evidence right there, right? That Sally did
Sally
it.
got too turned up for nothing. Like, girl, we all on the right. We on the same team. We on the same
Same
side. Why
thing,
are
but
you
they just
tripping?
talking to just,
Girl, why are you tripping? Like, you look guilty. You know, you blowing up. Well, first of all, you going crazy with your husband about putting the house up for first of all. I
That
thought
was
that was weird.
crazy.
And then, you're losing your mind once you realize your house might be, you might be sleeping on the floor at your mama house. And now you falling apart because of the conversation. Like, girl, go somewhere and okay, you hit the all right, you did it. Sally did it. Because you just doing too much for no reason. That's it.
Mm-mm.
dang, dang, Sally guilty. Oh, Hannah's.
Yeah, I
What
believe
about you,
Sally guilty.
Aries? You think she guilty too,
I wasn't thinking she was until then. I feel like she got something to do with it. Like I never even thought that Sally was down like that, like that. Like you one of them cousins that I need. Like you the type of cousin that's gonna throw a brick between through somebody's car window or something crazy. Because why would any? I mean, I see how we suspected Adrian. Okay, the guilted lover type of thing. But Sally was tired of hearing them stories of JT putting the paws on her cousin and just got fed up, you know? So I feel like it could very well been. I do wish she would have sat there and heard them out because at the same time they all family. Like y'all done all grew up, y'all all day ones. Just cause y'all blood relatives, don't mean that Jackson whatever the other friend name is. I can't remember her name either, Mo, but I think that Sally should have at least heard it from a different perspective so that she could feel like, if you wasted your money or not, if you messed up your marriage for something worth it or not. Cause this girl lying. And then also she running off because she know they sniffing up her trail. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have sat around for that one, Sally. Maybe if you did, it would have been to steer them in another direction because they hot on your trail. If this was you,
Big KJ? On Sally.
So I know everybody's saying Sally is the one, right?
Yeah.
It's too to me, again, this is reasonable doubt, right?
Right.
So to me, it's too obvious that we would say that's her because she was quick to jump and put the house up and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I think because when you go back to the flashback,
Mm-hmm.
when she was in jail dreaming about the whole situation, and then when boom, JT got knocked out, right? Boom, and then she looked up. She didn't look up like somebody was standing up. She was looking like kind of straight. And my theory is that it's one of the kids that did that saved her
Yeah,
from
that's
being
another
strangled.
theory that people
Yeah.
have that is the oldest child.
Yeah, that's my thoughts about it. But it's kind of too obvious for us to say so. It might be Sally, but I want to go even deeper. I want to say no, it's not Sally. It's somebody totally like we wouldn't even think of.
Sally too cool. Cause I think Sally would be falling at the seams, in my opinion, if she did
Right.
have it on her.
yes, true. I think she wouldn't be able to handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Any other thoughts about this situation? Then
No, my mind was always on either Adrian, one of the kids, the oldest child, or Sally. So it may not be Adrian that hit him with the trophy while she was on her back being choked out. So it could be Sally or it could be one of the kids. But the way Sally cutting up, she just put me to want to point, my finger at her. Like, yeah, I want you. Yeah, you did it. You did it. But I mean, like Jay said, it could be, one of the kids, which I've always said is one of the three. But the way Sally showed out tonight, I just want her to be the culprit.
okay.
Guilty.
Uh
I see you.
we have a scene where they at the it's another court day of the trial, and guess who on the stand? JT mom. The devil herself. They was cross-examining her, questioning about Chanel and JT's relationship and how she's seen it abused. And then she said JT never put a hand on Chanel. And then they talking about the text message that Chanel sent to the mom like a couple of months before JT's death, and it's like a threat, like keep her, like if she need to control or get her son in some kind of form or fashion. And she also brought the girls there to court, and she looked back, the girls are there, the daughters. So it's like they hearing this mess. And then once JT mom said that JT didn't put a hand on her, you see Chanel having an outburst saying, "What about my black eyes? You a liar," and stuff like that. They had to call for recess. And they took Chanel in the back, trying to calm her down, and she let the cat out the bag that the mom was abusive towards her kids, JT and his siblings or what have you. So, and they came back out, and I guess what's his name? Corey was up to cross examine, and he asked about her relationship with JT and stuff, and how first he let her tell you got to be the example, right? And stuff like that, a good example for your kids and stuff like that. And then it's about the cigarette burns to the leg or thigh or something. And then she said it was an accident and stuff like that. And then, the judge said sustain on that statement and stuff like that. So did she say sustain? Or no, she said sustain. So he had to drop that. They had to forget that part, but jury's not gonna forget that part. So that was the court scene. I think I nailed it in a nutshell. So what's your thoughts on it, KJ?
Now we know exactly where the violence from JT comes from, right? So yeah, man, mama was beating on him. You know what I mean? So yeah, doing all types of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fact that they told Corey and Jax, and then boom, they brought it up and just kind of like knocked her down. Like everything she says after that is like inadmissible. Like it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work at all. So it was a great strategy. It was a great thing that she was like, "Yo, your son was beating on me, and what you gonna take up for him? He what? You telling lies to me? You telling lies? I got pictures. I got this. You know what I mean? So I can understand why she was jumping out of her chair, like, "Yo, you don't know your son the way you think you know your son." You know what I mean? So I thought it was a great chess move to knock her out the box. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get her out of here. We don't need to see her no more. Like, whatever she says after this means nothing, yo. Right. Get out of here. There you go.
Khandi, love.
Yeah, I'm with Jade. Mama was wrong. Mama was putting her hands on the kids, and as Corey Chestnut was saying, lead by example, right? Well, shout out to Inga. She came up with that name. And, Mama been touching the kids and been burning them, but that was a mistake. It couldn't have been a mistake if it wasn't put out there that it was a mistake, sir. So, I mean, ma'am. So no, it was not a mistake. You meant to do it, and Chanel would not bring it up if it was not. Okay. So, go ahead and do something with yourself, because you are the reason as to why this child is violent. And that's it. That's all. There's nothing else to say about it. You're the culprit. You're one of the culprits.
I'm sorry, Khandi. Did you call her sir, ma'am?
I did.
Dang, I was gonna let it rock. I was gonna let it ride.
Thank you, Mo, for letting it ride. Jay.
I'm just saying, just looking at this picture, you might be right. You know
what I'm saying?
Oh no. Yeah, she's
Aries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did. After Khandi said that, it is giving me real holiday heart. All of a sudden, now I'm on your tail, ma'am.
Not been
Mama
around.
JT. You look real holiday. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas around here.
Oh my God.
Y'all is terrible.
Ma'am. Now this was a riveting court scene. I really like this drama. Chanel, she got all out of order in the court because it's hard to sit still when somebody's just like attacking
Right.
your integrity and you know better.
Terrible.
Like, oh, how come I could just and second of all, I don't know. Them kids gonna might have to take the jury. The kids are gonna have to take the stand. I mean, we
Oh,
gonna need to at least put that oldest one on that stand because mama knows something. She knows
I don't
something.
think she wants to
And
keep.
I think she don't, but I think it might come down to we might need them. We might need to sacrifice that oldest one because grandma saying one thing, mama saying something else. The kids was in the house. Like, yes, the kids are in the courtroom, but I'm sure that they didn't heard you get knocked upside the wall in real time. So it ain't like you going back and recalling on the situation is gonna be much different.
Yeah, that's gonna
Bring
be
that
difficult
oldest one
for
up on the
Aries.
stand
But that's why
and then
she
tell
doesn't
her,
want it. Yeah,
That's
she
why
doesn't
she
want that to
doesn't want
happen.
it
mm-hmm,
because they can
Yeah.
slip up and say something, especially if the oldest one did it.
Yeah,
You
she don't
know.
want the kids to be
right.
involved. That's why she keeps saying, "Listen, I did it. I did it.
Right.
Just
So see,
keep it
it
at
point
that."
back to the kid. It point back to that oldest
Mhm.
daughter.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, you might be right.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna speed this up. We get a scene. Jack's going to take a visit to Evan's office. She noticed he got all these securities for this financial solution, whatever firm he got. And she was questioning. She said, "I know you did business with JT." She said, "Now what's your relationship with Adrian and stuff like that?" And he just said he helped all athletes and all they form of fashion of their life, uh, personal and professional and stuff like that. And I forgot what's the other question she asked. And he just said what he did and stuff like that, and he kindly, dismissed her like the security will see you out, and then he said have the car ready in 5 minutes, and then we get a scene of him pulling up to visit Chanel in jail in prison or whatever. And I'm looking like, dude, you must have got to know someone in here because there cameras, and don't you got to sign in and stuff and show your ID and stuff? That's crazy. I'm like, they gonna know you paid her a visit. I mean, it's not illegal, but they looking into you and you gonna pay her a visit straight after you meet with Jax. That's kind of crazy in my opinion. But yeah, so he was talking to Chanel and trying to get in her head about Adrian. Said you ain't know about Adrian, about the money and stuff like that. And said he can help her with her case and all that good jazz. So what's y'all quick thoughts on that, if anyone can go? Anybody have any thoughts?
I didn't
This
really
dude was
have no thoughts
straightforward.
on this one, but I just thought like this dude is wilding. You right, Mo. Like it is a paper trail whenever you go and visit somebody at the prison, unless you got snuck in, which I highly doubt. This ain't Mayor of Kingstown.
Okay.
this is not. This is not that show, sir. So I don't know how you feel. Like you could easy breezy just pop up on Chanel visiting list like that. But yeah, it just is drawing out whatever his master plan is, making him a villain in the series. That's all I felt like.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anybody else got any thoughts?
Dude got
Well,
connections. He got
okay, go ahead.
connections. Yeah. He just got connections. He an evil dude, man. So he could just slip in and out, whatever, pay off whoever. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't worried about nothing. But yeah, he's up to no good, and he's just trying to get to those millions, and he's trying to manipulate the whole situation. And yeah, he gonna use Chanel at this point because she's the only way for him to get to this money, and she knows exactly where it is.
And he see Jax is poking around his
Yeah,
business now. So
that too.
yeah. And what's your thoughts, Candy?
Yeah, like Jay said, he has connections, and see, he's poking around, and it was weird for him to go to the prison like that, you know, especially when you're supposed to sign in, supposed to show ID, supposed to, you know. So I think that's
Mhm.
weird that he would do that, knowing what's going on, whether he had something to do with JT's unaliving directly or indirectly. Um, you know, so yeah, I need them to. I need to know who did it. Who shot Jr. That's what I
We
need.
all need to know who did, but it's a process, Candy. It's
Yes,
just a process.
but it's
So
tearing my nerves up.
I know, I know, I know. So we get a scene, after that we get a scene of Adrian approaching Evan at his office again, and he's pissed. He said you made a visit to Chanel and stuff like that. And basically Evan said you made me play my hand or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, like you made me make this move and stuff like that. And I forgot what was said because I just know Adrian was pissed and stuff like that. So basically he said I'm cutting out the middleman, which is you. So Evan gonna deal straight with Chanel, I guess, for now on. So and stuff like that. Then we also get a scene of Jax and Corey at the same spot lounge of his friend. And she talked to him, approached him about have he talked to the partners because they, talk to her. And she said, I know you said something to them about me and stuff like that. And I forgot what was the conversation because it was just I'm trying to move this train along. Sorry, y'all. Then we get a scene of, Jax, Spencer, Lewis at the house. He got his welcome letter, say he got in and stuff like that at this new school, at this new performing arts school and stuff like that. And they congratulated him. And that was dope. I'm glad to see him smile. Okay, this is the part I really want to get into. Okay. So this is after that we see
Okay.
that they getting it on, right? And Jackson's riding him good, right? And then he can't even look at her in the face. So he had to do a reverse on her. He had to switch it up, like doggy style and stuff like that. So he can't even look at in her face. So he had to switch positions on her. And after that got finished, he went to the washroom. Him and his broken hand. Text Tony said, I changed my mind. I need to know who's the daddy. Is I'm the daddy. So
Mm,
what
mm,
are your
mm,
thoughts
mm.
on this? I'm like, Aries, you want to go first?
Lewis. I mean, it's obviously in his good nature to want to do the right thing, but sometimes just turn a blind eye. This would be that one chance where I would say that just choose your existing family instead. How about that? And that would make you just as good of a man, in my opinion. Because you about to open up a can of worms with this that we close up. Although I do feel like Tony will be like a skeleton in the closet, a ticking time bomb type of situation. Don't do that. Don't bring it upon yourself. Let her solicit you. Let Alan Dud hit you up talking about this your baby. Or talking about JT kids want to get their DNA tested with mine to see if they the sibling or something. Unless we talking about something like that, Lewis ain't getting brought up in this. Lewis, I don't know, but it's just gonna be he gonna fake and act like you got ED something. Lewis, don't tell Jax this. Don't tell Jax this. Please don't go down this road. Wrong road, brother. Wrong road.
But he knows, so it's like he kind of gotta tell her, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You better say you need some for hymns or something, but don't say that you got possible on the way. You better say something else is the problem.
Kenny love.
Yeah, I would hate it for to happen to me, and I got to find out, that my spouse has a possible on the way.
Uh-huh.
But this ain't my situation, so I don't even care. I don't want that. I don't want that to be. Of course, the fact that he could even focus on getting it with his wife, that he was so stuck on talking to Tony, that
He was
threw
like,
me. You had to flip her over and not see her face in order to get to focus. That said a whole lot to me, and I'm like, bruh, I'm gonna need you to grow up. Is it that bad that you? I'm not a man, so I can't even say that. I don't know. I don't know.
Man, we see
Welcome to
people do this
TV.
every day.
You're not a man? Okay. So
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. Like I said earlier, guilt is setting in, heavy guilt. I mean, when you can't even look your wife in the eyes and she fine as hell. Okay, she throwing it down. Like, come on, man. How you not even look her in the eyes, man? You know what I'm saying? Jackson's fly as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I could not look away. But because you so damn guilty, you got to get the facts, man. So yeah, it's killing them inside. Come on, man. Y'all been in the same position, male or female. Y'all been in the same position where y'all think something is going on, but you just not sure. But you just gotta know. You just gotta know. It's burning inside, especially when it come down to a baby. Come on. I mean, well, y'all don't got to question that because it's inside your body. You already know that. But let's say you got pregnant, but you wasn't really sure.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta find out, right? So that's kind of the same way Lewis is looking at it. It's like, yo, man, like it's gonna come out eventually. Even Aries, even if he does like turn a blind eye the whole nine, down the line, this 18-year-old gonna come and be like, I'm your son. And Jack's gonna be like, what the frick? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be way worse. And they're gonna be older. So she's gonna be throwing him down, kicking his cane out. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be changing his medicine up, she's gonna mess him up. You know what I'm saying? When they older. So might as well find out now. And if she is pregnant, again, we're talking. I'm not, I'm pro-life. I'm pro-life. Just know that I'm pro-life. But if it is, if she is pregnant the whole nine, and he finds out the facts, then he might be like, "Yo, I don't want this to go down." You know what I mean? There you go. I don't want it to go down. So,
okay. Yeah. I mean, he kind of got some rights there, but not really.
Nah, he doesn't.
Right, that's what I said. No, not really. So we get the scene at Jackson's at the office with Daniel, and she get a call from Adrian, shocking, and say he wants to talk to Jax. And she asked him where he was at, and he said he was at Chanel JT house, empty house, and she's about to leave, go meet up with him, and Daniel was like, do you want me to come? Should I come? And then she said no at first, and then she thought about it. And she said, yeah, come, just stay in the car, like check on me for every 6 minutes. And then we see her at the house with Adrian, and he's sitting there in the dark because there's no electricity, of course. I don't think. Well, it is because it's like a light on. And he's looking at a picture of JT and Chanel, and he looked upset. I don't know. He looked kind of menacing and it's scary right here. And he told her to have a seat, and she's like, "No, I'd rather stand." Then he stood up, and then you see a blicky on his back waist side. So, what y'all thought? What do you think what he gonna say? What they need to talk about?
Barry going crazy, man. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Barry? I know it's Adrian. What you gonna do, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you really gonna do? Oh, don't snoop around. I know what you're doing. I know you following me because I'm sure, homeboy told him, like, we see this person fishing around you. Somebody's following you. So, hopefully, I don't know, man. I'm wishing and hoping that he just confesses to what's really going on to Jack. That's what I'm hoping. I don't think it's gonna happen, but he's under a lot of pressure now that he's cut out, right? Think about it, now that he's cut out from homeboy, to try to get the money, and he's going directly to Shorty in jail. So he's cut out of the deal. He may not get any money at all out of this thing. So he has nothing to lose at this point. So maybe he'll tell the truth, or this is a TV show. He might go crazy. We'll see.
All right. So any Candy Love?
Yeah, I don't know who Badrian think he is. You know, you got a blicky in your backside. You
I
know,
love it. I love it.
I don't know who he think he is. Like, sir, you're chartering, you know, some vicious and this ain't even your territory. This ain't even your lane. I can tell because if that's the case, oh boy wouldn't have pimp slapped you 2 episodes ago. And I think you would have handled yourself a little bit differently, you know, if you were that dude. So I think you need to pipe down, calm down. Even though Jax is you know, a young lady, a young woman, don't let the smooth taste fool you, sir. I think she gonna have something for you if you try. I really do. I hope she has learned something from the last time when she had Cuckoo Cachoo, you know, had her up tied up. I hope she
True, true.
learned something from that. Even though I know she got Daniel in the back pocket, I don't trust that. I think she need to have her own blicky in her own back pocket.
Daniel is don't have no blicky, no mace, no nothing. All he has is his phone and know how to hack stuff. And
You
this is
got a
what he
pen and paper
and
pad.
pen, paper, and
Right.
pad, maybe a
And that's
laptop.
not gonna help them at all.
That's not. What about you, Aries?
I was thinking the same thing as Kenzie. Who does Adrian think he is? Now you want to jump up like you Mr. Get Bad. After this man just said, "Oh, you never talked to me like that when we were on the field. Well, you in the house now, boy." Like he totally just checked you up in there, then put his paws on you before in a real crazy way, and now you want to Mr. Get Back with little old Jax. So I don't know. I don't have any idea what he got to say, but bet nothing happened to Daniel. That's all I know. That's my friend. Okay.
Okay.
That's your
That is our friend.
All right.
nice.
So yeah, that's any other thoughts about the ending? How does episode end? No? Okay. So that's
Hella
the end of
flat cliffhanger. You know, that's about
yeah,
it.
yeah, it's a good cliffhanger. We see the blicky, we don't know what's gonna happen. And yeah, so I can't wait till the next episode, see how this conversation what Adrian got to offer, if it's any good information to help Chanel in this case or not. So we will see. So so that's the end of the episode. I know we have another live. Are we still doing the Candy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so
I'm waiting
y'all
on you.
okay, so as soon as we get off here, y'all come back for Rebel Ridge. We doing the movie, the Netflix movie, so catch us. So we about to get out of here. So we ran over time. So we will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay